Hello everyone, I've got here in front of me the December Tag of the Month kit from Laurie Padilla of Piles of Paragraphs. Just to explain, Laurie is one of the admins in our Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium, and she has an Etsy store called Piles of Paragraphs, where amongst other things she sells a Tag of the Month kit. So let's have a look and see what's inside. We've got a lovely card this month from Laurie. I really like that. The usual information about the themed tag kit. Laurie says that the focal image this month is from the Metropolitan Museum of Art Public Domain Images, and it's a portrait from the 1490s. So that's the focal image for this month. As usual, she says that you're free to create the tag in any way you like, and add any of your own products if you want to, and use only the parts of the tag kit that work for you. So let's have a look and see what we've got this month. So as I say, the focal image, we've got various gold coloured fabrics as well, and trims and that kind of thing. So a piece of ribbon here, some trim, I like that, some gold glittery fabric, some gold crinkly fabric here, and another piece of sort of ribbon trim, I like that. And then these are the papers. We've got a round gold circle here, a piece of plain cream paper, some textured pearlescent paper here, patterned paper with pearls all over it, some gold sparkly paper, and the tag base itself. I've had a good look at the things that Laurie's included, and I think I finally got myself a plan. Now, anybody that's followed me with this series throughout the year knows that I've been using a craft tag base to layer my my tag onto. I just like the way that that looks, and I want to keep that theme going. And each and every month I get asked what the measurements are. This measures 3¼ inches by 6¼ inches, and the tag base that Laurie includes measures 5½ inches by 2 7/8 inches, or there or thereabouts. So those are the measurements that I am working to. Now, I have pulled a piece of paper out of my own stash that I think will go really well as a background to some of the papers and trims and things that Laurie's included. I've got this piece of medieval paper. Medieval was just a couple of years slightly earlier to my understanding than the photograph that Laurie has included, but it's there or thereabouts, and I think, you know, that theme wise, colour wise, I think this is going to work really well. Let's have a look. Where do I want this to go? I'm going to make myself a pencil mark here and just apply my glue just to this part of the card. I'm just using a regular glue stick to do that, so we'll just apply it just over this section of the card here, just making sure that I've got plenty, as always, especially on the edges. And to stick that down there like that, use my bone folder, and then I can trim just around the edges. So I've glued that down to the right hand side of my tag base, and now I feel that I want to adorn the rest of the tag background in loads and loads of gold. We've got lots of gold in this tag kit, and I think I'm going to use this piece of gold cardstock in the middle and some of the fabric at the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to cut myself just a little bit. Here we go. I'll keep that one whole so that I can just trim it to size, and I think I'm going to stick that down just like that. What I will do is add glue stick all over the background, and then we can just fill it in with a bit of Fabri-Tac, just so that we haven't got too much, and just so that this will hopefully hold well. Here we go. Mine's gone a bit gloopy again. Somebody told me to keep it in the fridge, and I just never remember to pop them in there. Now, what have I done with the gold? It's here we go. So we can add some of the gold. I want it this way round, the shiny side round. In fact, I don't think I'm going to need any Fabri-Tac, and have that there like that. Perhaps I've got an idea to join it all together, and then, in fact, what I'll do is I'll trim that first. So trim that with my scissors. Should have got my fabric scissors, but there we go. They're not to hand. There we go. That will do nicely, and then I can centralise then the gold which will go somewhere like that. So I just need to add a tiny bit of glue just at the ends of that, just to make sure that that sticks as well. Here we go, it's coming together. Oh, everything's sticking now. Let me just move those out of the way. Oh, now my paper has torn as well. So that can go down there like that. And I can again burnish that down with my bone folder. So I like the way that looks so far. And what I want to do is use some of this gold trim as well. Here's a particular side. I don't really think so. And I'm just going to glue that down there like that as well. I am thinking I can use some of my red score tape to do that. I've got my thinnest one here. What does this measure? I think this is this is 3 millimeters, and I'm just going to add some here and some at the bottom as well. So we can just trim that off. Oh, hang on a second, my gold's all stuck to my scissors, so a bit there. This stuff is incredibly strong, as I always say, and then a bit at the bottom here as well, like that, and trim that at the bottom. And then I'm just going to burnish that down really, really well to make sure that I can get the backing paper off. Use my pokey tool to remove that, and then stick a bit of the gold down. So we'll do the bottom of it first. There we go, trim that off, and then I can do the other end. There we go, and have some here as well, like that, and that's going to hold that in place really nicely. Cover the join in the middle. I've got some washi tape here. I love this washi tape, and I'm going to apply this to the centre. The colours just work absolutely beautifully with the text on the right hand side. Now let me just tear a piece off that's definitely going to fit, and I'm going to apply some glue stick to the back of this, because there is just no way in a million years that washi tape is going to stick permanently all by itself. So we'll apply plenty of glue to help it on its way, and stick that down. Let me just turn this that way around, and where do I want that to go? About there, like that. And then I can trim around the edges. I need to stick this on something so that it doesn't stick to the paper that I'm using in the background there, like that. How that background looks. So now I want to do something with this piece of beautifully textured paper here. It's too light. We need some darkness to add some drama going on in the background. So what I've decided to do is add some paint. Now I've pulled out here some Payne's Grey and some indigo, and I can't decide which one I want to use. I think it's got to be the Payne's Grey, which is slightly darker. That seems to tone well with the background a bit better. So let's just add some of that paint. I'm just going to add it straight to there like that, and just paint that straight on like this. And you might think, oh my goodness me, what on earth are you doing, Nina? I have a plan. I think this is going to work, so bear with me. You know me and my madness. So let's just go all over this, rubbing that around, just trying to get into that lovely texture on that paper. And then I'm just going to heat set this quickly with my heat tool. Now the texture paper is dry. It's just had one coat of paint, and I want to add some of my Treasure Gold in Florentine. What I'm going to do is just apply a little bit to my finger. I really don't want much at all. Tap it off on the lid, and I'm just going to rub over my paper like this, just to pick up some of that gorgeous texture. Oh, you see, I just absolutely love how that looks. So I've gone over my paper with the Florentine. I just love how that looks. Now this piece of paper is too flimsy to use as a focal image, which is what I want it for, to back my focal image. So I'm just going to glue it down to a piece of cardstock. I'm just going to use some 3-in-1 to do that. Here we go, we've stabilised it, and now I can just trim around this with my scissors. And that's just given that a bit more weight. I love how that looks with the indigo and the Payne's grey and the gold. It looks gorgeous. So that's definitely stabilised that piece of paper, and I think what I want to do now is just add a tiny bit of the gold just to disguise the white edge here, and just try and frame it slightly. I just want to work on the focal image. I've decided that I want to mount it on some gold paper here, but again this is quite flimsy, so I'm just going to stick it down to the piece of card that was included in the kit just to stabilise it again. I just want to start putting my tag together. You can see that I've used my corner rounder just to round off the edges. I do want to frame this with some Memento ink and espresso truffle just to darken it slightly. There we go, I like how that looks. Then what do I want to do? I think I want to have this piece of glittery gold fabric in the background here, like this. So I'm just going to stick that down with some Fabri-Tac. I shall just apply the Fabri-Tac or the 3-in-1 to the back here, which will hold the gold fabric down. And then I think I want to have some of this lovely gold fabric here in the background as well. So again, I'm just going to glue that just with a little bit of Fabri-Tac just on the very ends, just to hold it in place. I've got that stuck down, and I'm not going to lie, that was really fiddly to get it exactly as I wanted it. I've just applied some 3-in-1 to the back of the focal image, and I'm just going to stick that down on top as well, and that will help again to hold the gold fabric underneath in place. So I'm just going to weight that down underneath a heavy book. So what I want to do with the sticker and the pearl paper, I think I'm just going to peel this off and maybe stick the sticker on top like that. Let's just press that down. Then the hardest thing now is going to be punching that out, because it's kind of like a cellophane. Let me just see if I can fussy cut around the edges. I'm going to do this off camera without losing that circle shape. It is not actually too bad. I think around the edges as well with some Memento ink, and I'm just going to glue this onto the top of my tag as I usually do. I like these little circular tag tops, so we'll just add some glue there like that. I'm just going to spread that out just to make sure that I've got plenty on the edges to hold that down, and I'm going to glue that down there like that. Really like how that looks. I like these little circular tab tops. And then just to finish off my tag, I'm going to put this ribbon here that was included in the kit just on the top there like that. Now I have just used one of these lighter tools just to seal the edges so that it doesn't come unravelled, and again I'm just going to glue that down with a little bit of 3-in-1. I just want to add one final finishing touch to the tag. I'm just going to add some sequins just in the top and bottom corner like this, so a gold, a bronze and then a green, just to tie in with the tone of her dress. And I'm just going to use some diamond glaze just to glue those down, just by adding a tiny weeny bit to the back of the sequin, which should hold it firmly in place if I can get the glue to come out. Come on. That's my finished December tag. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I love how the green picks up the green in her dress. That's what it looks like on the back as well. I've got very few bits and pieces left over, just a couple of pieces of the cardstock, some of the gold fabric and a piece of gold trim and a few sequins. And I've got a bag of Tag of the Month bits here, so I'm just going to pop those inside there like that. And when I've got enough bits and pieces together, then I can just maybe make something else. I'll leave the a link to Laurie's Etsy store, Piles of Paragraphs, in the description box below for anybody who's interested in trying one of these kits. And as I said at the beginning of the video, Laurie is now offering a 12-month subscription. I know that many of you said that rather than purchasing these each month, that you prefer to buy them on a yearly basis. So I think she's offering that now. I'll also leave the link to the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium, for anybody who's following along and wants a place to share their creations. So, you know, please do feel free to come and join us and share your tag of the months, and also take part in any of our other challenges if you want to as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.